Welcome back, my students, to a brand new episode of Comic Class. And in today's lesson, guys, I wanted to talk about some news that we got today. And for a while now, I think it's been a few weeks, that we knew that Nick Spencer, the guy that's writing the Amazing Spider-Man ongoing series right now, who's also doing a Sinister War, is going to be moving to Substack. He's not going to be working with Marvel anymore. And yeah, at least by what I know, I think he's not going to be working with Marvel anymore. He's moving to Substack. And today it got announced that James Tynion IV, who writes the Batman series that brought Batman back to, the point where people really love reading his comics every, other week. I believe it's bi-monthly. I think we get 2 issues a month. And yeah, it has just made Batman so much, likable ever since Tom King ruined the character for a lot of us. A lot of Batman fans didn't like Tom King's run. But he's going to be leaving his Substack and isn't going to be working with DC, it seems. As well as Jonathan Hickman. He will be going to Substack as well. And he's the guy that's writing, I believe, the X-Men ongoing series at Marvel. And yeah, he's going to be leaving Marvel as well. This is a big deal that we're seeing this, this departure of a ton of different comic creators. And not only are these comic creators, but these are well-known, very liked, and very well-respected comic creators of our generation. For someone that just got into comics about 2 years ago, I think it's going on almost 3 years, these writers really do define the last few years for me. Their work is just amazing, especially after reading Tom King's entire, Batman run. James Tynion IV, as well as George Jimenez, have done such a good job with Batman that it's just sad to see him leaving DC. He is such a great talent. But, I am excited for him, and I do think that even though it's sad that he's leaving Batman, and hopefully they get a good writer to fill his place, I do think that we should be happy for him, because he probably got a good deal at Substack. And hopefully he's able to make a good living for himself and just bring us some great creator-owned stories, his own creations with whatever artists, he works with. And that goes for all 3 of these guys. Hopefully they get a good artist, and hopefully they made some great stories for us, great original creator-owned stories. And yeah, it's going to be very different. It's going to be very image-like, stories that are point A to point B that don't continue, for a very long time. Probably won't be serialized for decades upon decades. And, it's just really interesting. And we have to see where this goes for these creators. But I wanted to talk about, this shift that's happening. Because in the span of just today, we got the news of Jonathan Hickman and James Tynion IV, if I'm, correct. And that's 2 creators, some very well-known, well-loved creators, well-respected creators, leaving their companies, in one day. And it just makes you wonder how many more people are going to be switching over to Substack to make, some good money. And it's just I really am sad that these people are leaving, and I'm pretty sure you guys are sad too. If you've ever seen my reviews of Nick Spencer's The Amazing Spider-Man on my channel, as well as James Tynion IV's, Batman series, these are some amazing writers. And I haven't really read a lot of Jonathan Hickman's stuff, but I do plan on covering at least some of his stuff in the future, because I do have some respect for him. I have heard some great things about a lot of his runs that he has done for comic books such as Marvel and I believe DC. And, it's sad. And it's something that hopefully we don't see too much of, and I hope that Marvel and DC take this seriously and they start making better contracts for their creators, because we don't want to lose all of our good writers to Substack. And who knows, maybe in the future, maybe they'll be gone for a year or 2 or 3 years or 4 years or 5 years. But maybe one day they'll come back to Marvel and DC. We have no idea if this is all going to work out or not, but, nothing but the best wishes for them. I hope that people don't send hate speech, hate, threats, hate threats to these people, because, they're mad that they're going to be leaving their company. But, because fans, we love these characters that they're working on. They made these characters likable again. They brought them back from a very bad place in the case of Spider-Man and Batman. that were in very bad places before Nick Spencer and James Tynion the fourth came to them and saved their franchises from dying. And it's just, I don't know, it's sad, but I hope that fans really act mature about this, stay classy, don't go hating on these people. They're doing what's best for them, and I think that we have to remember that just like us, they're just humans, and they're going to be doing what's best for themselves, and there's nothing wrong with that. They should want the best of their talents, get paid for the most of their talents. And if Marvel and DC aren't doing that for them, and Substack is going to be their cause of income that gets them more of that money and gets them more secure financially, then that's fine, and I hope that we can be happy for them. But that's all, guys. Be sure to comment down below, what is your thoughts on 3 of these great writers leaving DC and Marvel? I'm pretty bummed out about it. When I heard the news about James Tynion the fourth, I was very sad today after hearing that. Nick Spencer leaving to Substack and not doing Spider-Man anymore was already heartbreaking enough, but now knowing Batman is going to be in that same situation where we're going to have to hope that a good writer takes the current writer's place, as well as Jonathan Hickman coming out of nowhere. I watched the channel Thinking Critical, which I'm pretty sure you probably are subscribed to as well. He's a very good YouTuber, and that's the only reason I know about Jonathan Hickman, because I haven't been on Twitter for a while. Ever since I saw the James Tynion the fourth news, I just didn't want to be on Twitter anymore. At least for the rest of the day. And it's just wow. It's just very sad day, I guess you could say, for comic industry. Well, comic fans, I think it's sad. Hopefully the comics industry, sees this and they wake up and they understand that we need to treat our comic creators better. If that were the case, they probably wouldn't be leaving right now. But I don't blame them, and I hope nothing but the best for all the people leaving. And hopefully they're able to make some great comics for us fans of their work. We're fans of them and their skills and their talents. So hopefully they're able to give us, some really good stuff in the future. But yeah, guys, remember what I said. Just don't go, sending these people hate. If you can, if you're on social media such as Twitter, I do suggest you give them your best regards. And let's hope that, like I said, that the comic industry, they take this seriously, and we can see a future where, comic creators are paid rightfully for, the work that they do and stuff, and they get treated right and with respect. I think this isn't no secret that the comic industry has always had a history of treating their artists and their writers very poorly. Not always the case that always happens, but we do know these things do happen, as it would in any workplace. But we should strive, at least the industry should strive to do better. And we never know, this whole departure of all these artists and writers could be a good thing for comics, because it could make Marvel and DC and Image, probably, and all the other comic industries, companies, kind of get more modern and get more modern with the times, and make a better model for how we should distribute our comics and get them into the hands of young people, kids and such, and try to make the medium as big as possible and more accessible for beginners and stuff like that. That's what I hope for the future of comics, and hopefully this whole Substack thing can be a reason for that to start happening with Marvel, DC, Image, and all the rest of the comic companies in America. But until the next video, guys, God bless you, and until the next lesson, keep on reading those comics.